Chickpeas are healthy, wholesome, affordable, and extremely versatile. And I made pizza out of it. They were absolutely delicious. With 1 cup of chickpea, I was able to make dinner for a family of 5. Let me show you how I made it. I went in with 1 cup of dried chickpeas and soaked it with about 3 cups of water overnight in the refrigerator. You can also use the canned chickpea, and if that's what you're using, you can skip this step. If you do not have the time to soak this overnight, make sure you soak it for at least 4 hours. This is 12 hours after. I'm going to give it a quick rinse. If you're using the canned chickpeas, you also need to give it a rinse under running water. So I transferred this into my blender and then went in with a 1/4 cup of cottage cheese, 2 tablespoonfuls of olive oil, 1 tablespoonful of baking powder, half teaspoonful of salt, garlic powder, dried minced onions. You can also use onions powder for it, and some oat flour, some Italian seasoning, and then added some water just to enable it blend. You can also use an immersion blender for this, but that will be a lot easier if you're using the canned chickpeas and not the raw ones. Also, feel free to add additional water until you get the consistency that you like. I then sprayed down my lime baking dish with olive oil and transferred the batter. You want to spread this batter out to about 2 inches of thickness. If you like a thinner crust, you can use another pan or do this in 2 batches. I then baked it at 425 degrees Fahrenheit for about 45 to 50 minutes. After I took it out of the oven, I let it cool down for about 5 minutes before adding my toppings. Feel free to add whatever toppings that you like. I first went in with my pizza sauce, some oregano, some low-fat mozzarella cheese. You can also use whatever cheese of your choice. I use low-fat mozzarella cheese because we want to get it as close to healthy as possible. I added my toppings and returned it back to the oven and baked for additional 15 minutes. And this is how it came out. When I tell you that this pizza was given chef's kiss. Chickpeas, as you know, it contains a good amount of protein, fair amount of complex carbohydrates, and is a very good source of fiber. This is among all the other micronutrients that it provides. Did I also mention that you can make this with lentils as well? If you're interested in that recipe, comment lentils and I will send the recipe your way. Do let me know in the comments if you're willing to give this a try. Save this recipe for later use and follow for more.